Hey y'all, happy Friday. I missed y'all yesterday coming down here and talking to y'all. So I wanted to talk to y'all today. Part of my appearance, I'm about to get ready. My girlfriend is taking me to bunch because it's my birthday. It's my birthday. It's official. It's my birthday. 48 whole years old. I can't believe it. I don't feel 48. What is 48 even supposed to feel like, right? But I'm excited. I took off the day. I thought about working and I might even take off tomorrow too. I'm not sure, but thank y'all so much for all the happy birthday messages yesterday, for the DMs, the ways that y'all have reached out to me, Cash App, buy me a coffee, all of that stuff. Thank y'all so I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. So I wanted to come down and do a quick video. And then I wanted to come back. We all know, I'm sure you've seen the producer that used to work for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and a couple of and some other ones too. Um, he was basically ghosted because he has an OnlyFans. I wanted to get into that to do like a watch along and then just talk about it. So I'll do a separate video for that. But I just wanted to come and say, hey, I love y'all so much. If it's your birthday, make some noise. Uh, uh, if it's your birthday, make some noise. um, my mama can't be here today because she is going somewhere with my dad, and it's kind of my fault that I'm not with her and my dad today because they're going to see a play Dream Girls. They had got the tickets in advance, and she was like, "I'll get you and Corey some if you want to come." I talked to him. I was like, you know," I was telling him. He was like, "Oh yeah, I would like that," and then I forgot to text her back just because so much going on. And instead of texting in the moment, I didn't. But anyway, I will get to see her sometime this month. My oldest is coming up in the next couple of days. So who knows, my mom might come with her. But anyway, y'all, it's my birthday. I'm about to have me some brunch. I can't wait. But let's get into these stories. Just a couple. First up, Lisa Vanderpump. This according to Reality Blurb. Lisa Vanderpump admits she misses what she had with Kyle Richards, but says Kyle isn't truthful about her life. I thought that this was interesting because we've all said we feel like Kyle isn't necessarily truthful, but at the same time, she showed us a lot that's gone on in her life, but it's not necessarily with her, like her sister being an alcoholic and all of those things. Like, yes, they directly impact her, but back when that was going on, it was never, I don't know, in a weird way. It's to me, I feel like it's a weird way. She showed us a lot, but hasn't. I don't know if that makes sense. Um, she also talks about her status with PK and what she knew about his marriage for a long time. So let's get into it. So she sat down with an interview with Bravo's Hot Mic podcast. The host, Alex, I believe the host is Alex Baskin. I want to look that up because Alex Baskin is, yes, he is a former executive producer of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I'm not sure any other franchise, but he hosts, it's Bravo's official podcast. So, before Bravo didn't want the girls coming over to the podcast and doing all that stuff. Now they said, we're going to go ahead and get our own official podcast. But anyway, he is a former Beverly Hills producer. So that's who Lisa sat down with. They began by discussing her time on Beverly Hills. She remarked on how it seemed to her that every other season, the cast would give her a hard time and they would only stop because of the reactions from fans. When it comes to season 9, Lisa said she almost didn't do it because her brother had passed away, but Alex was able to convince her. Sadly, she later regretted the decision. From there, they discussed the situation from season 9, where someone had leaked a story about what Dorit had allegedly done with the dog. Child, remember that dog story, Lucy Juicy Applesauce or Lucy Juice Applesauce. Child. Kyle was one of the people who believed that Lisa leaked the story. About that, Lisa said, when Kyle was in my kitchen and I thought, that's it. To me, if somebody knows you like I know you, if you said to me, I swear to you on my parents' lives, that's it. It would be done. I'd be, okay, I believe you. What do we do from here? She went on, so when you say to someone, I swear to you all my children's lives, that should be enough. When Kyle looked at me and said, I don't believe you, I was like, all right, we're done. Get the F out of my house. That's it. Don't call me a liar. Alex then asked Lisa how she felt about Kyle saying she shouldn't hold her breath for an apology. According to Lisa, she said, oh gosh, listen, it would be nice for her to just tell the truth, but Kyle's not, as we've seen as the show's transpired, always been truthful about her own life and her own feelings. So maybe if she kind of came from an honest place and thought, you know what, maybe I did get it wrong, because why would she want to reignite a friendship with me if she thought I was a liar? I wouldn't want it if I truly believed that. So she kind of comes up to me, sometimes. Oh, hold on. She said, so she comes up to me, she kind of comes up to me sometimes, like if I cross paths with her and they say the opposite of hate is indifference. I'm indifferent with her. That's it. That's interesting. I don't recall. Kyle has talked about LVP or has mentioned her, I believe, in pretty much every season. I don't remember her mentioning her in this one, but Kyle mentions LVP, and if she's seen her but has never acknowledged that she kind of comes up to her. I don't know what that means. She kind of comes up to me, sometimes, like if I cross paths with her, and they say the opposite of hate is indifference. I'm indifferent with her. That's it. Alex then asked Lisa if she missed Kyle. She responded, I miss what we had, but not the path that went down. I think if anybody is kind of really aggressive and they call you a liar, no, I don't need that person in my life at all. But I miss what we had because I think we had this unique friendship. That's what I enjoyed. I loved the late night phone calls and how we would giggle and laugh together. I was always there for her because she had a very tumultuous relationship with her sisters, as we've seen. So I was always a sounding board for her, an advocate of them, kind of always trying to keep that relationship on solid ground. But our antics. Kyle and I could laugh together, climbing over walls, breaking people's hotel rooms, and my butt getting stuck in the wall or pushing her down the hall on the hotel trolley. We had a lot of fun. One I remember, I don't know if it was season 1 or season 2. Remember when Kyle had a party and Lisa Vanderpump brought that horse and walked through? I thought that was funny. Um, she said we had a lot of fun. That is what I signed up for. Excuse me, y'all. All this arguing, an accusation trying to make somebody look bad. No, not interested. My life's too full and busy for that. Alex then remarked that Kyle and Lisa can be civil to each other. And she responded, I can be if I want to be, but I don't particularly want to be. Elsewhere in the Hot Mic interview, Alex asked Lisa about her friendship with Paul PK Kemsley amid his separation from Dorit. When asked if she remains in contact with him, she said no. I knew that for a long time he was living in a hotel. I don't know the story they've told. I really don't. Regarding whether they may be in contact in the future, Lisa explained, yeah, there will always be room in my heart for PK. He was my friend, not a great friend, not a very close friend, but we were in the same circle in Europe. So when she says not a great friend, I don't think she means that shady. Like you could be in the same social circle and be social friends. So I get that. So yeah, I would definitely like to have a conversation with him. I think he's a great guy. Ooh, where are these yawns coming from, y'all? Sorry. So yeah, I would enjoy reconnecting with him at some point. Naturally, her status with Dorit also came up. Alex asked if they kept in touch, and she said not so much. I knew her more because of PK. Okay, there's been conversation about who do we think should leave the house, Beverly Hills, what needs to happen. It seems like it's gotten kind of stale. I before said I feel like I've never been necessarily a fan of Kyle. I did like her and Lisa together, but I was never necessarily a fan of hers. I've said that I thought maybe she held the show back because I feel like people are afraid that or want to be close to her because she does have a relationship with execs and they don't want to make her mad. Crystal said on the Humble Brag podcast that they're basically told pretty much this is Kyle's show, right? And on the reunion, part 1, when they talked about when the question was asked from the viewer, Kyle, do you believe that Dorit, basically there's been a lot of talk about Dorit coming in hot because she had to save her job. And Kyle says she initially felt that way. And Dorit points out Kyle, you have a relationship with some of the people on the show, some executives. So you would have known that they asked me back. So how could you think that? And at first I was like, right, Kyle. So why would you think she's coming in hot? You knew they asked her back, but then I thought about it. If people are saying Dorit is coming in hot to keep her job, she could have been asked back, but told in not so many words, you need to step it up. You need to bring it, which then I could see why someone, or maybe Kyle, would think she's doing a lot. If Kyle is close with executive producers, they may have told her, yeah, we told Dorit she's got to bring something. Because again, Dorit did say Kyle would know if she was asked back or not. Not the ladies would know. Not we all know when somebody's not asked back. Kyle would know, which to me is so whack because that goes back to being Crystal saying they were told basically that this is Kyle's show. I don't know. That just seems like it seems the same, but it's a little different, but it's kind of the same, like Shawnee O'Neal being a producer on Basketball Wives, not saying that Kyle's a producer on Beverly Hills, but also being on the show. Almost like you're a producer by proxy, Kyle, if you have all these close relationships to these people. And the cast knows it. Again, for Dorit to say, you would know whether I was asked back or not. But if that is the case, and Kyle would know, Kyle then would probably also know if the producer said, Dorit, you need to bring it or you're not coming back. Which is maybe why Kyle was feeling the way she was feeling and kept saying to kind of, it could also be used as to kind of poke at her, like, girl, I know this ain't you. I know you was about to do your job, about to lose your job. So, or I know this could potentially be your last season. So when Kyle would say, this isn't the Dorit I know, this isn't the Dorit I know, that could possibly be a possibility as to why. Again, if she knew that Dorit would or would not have her job, she would also know, I think, if they told her, step it up. Which, if that's the case, I could see her being like, you coming at me hard. You ain't normally do this. Is this the real you? Or, you doing this to save your job. You get what I'm saying? So I don't know. We've talked about Beverly Hills and it needing a refresh. A lot of people have mentioned Kyle leaving. I would be okay with that because I feel like because people may feel like they have to tiptoe, maybe if she wasn't there, there would be no head, BITCH, clean, right? But what would y'all think if Lisa Vanderpump came back? Would you be interested in the show with Lisa Vanderpump coming back and Kyle still being there? Because this is the first time I've heard Lisa talk about missing the friendship, what they had, and also hearing that Kyle supposedly has come up to her. So would y'all be here for a show with Lisa and Kyle back? Or are y'all like, no more of the old, let's bring in some new faces? Y'all let me know. Also, let's get into let's get into the Real Housewives of Atlanta and Cynthia Bailey. Let's watch this. This shouldn't be copyright content. Let's get into it.
It goes down there. Are you in touch with Kenya? Has your relationship changed based on what happened?
I have not spoken to Kenya since around the time that whole thing happened.
Okay.
And, that's really kind of a sad situation for me because I was there to just support her salon. I'm so proud of her. I know how hard she's worked on it. And I was just so disappointed to see her vision be overshadowed by what happened at the salon, which you guys will see. I felt like that should have been the focus because, that was her life dream, like building this hair care empire. Yeah. And I just wish she had called me before or I definitely would have this is your moment. This is beautiful. The entire event was amazing and it just ended on not such a great note. And I let her know that, because I just thought it was beneath her. I hold my friends to a standard. Kenya is a woman of class. I just felt like it was beneath her, and I was a little disappointed in how she responded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see when I asked you about her that there's like a lot of hurt.
It's like my least favorite question
Yeah.
because like this is someone that I do care about, and I have to respect her space. I have reached out. I reached out during that time, and texted, I called, and I respect if she needs a minute, and she knows that when she's ready to talk to me, I'll be right here.
Yeah. It makes me really sad when there's true pain going on this show, and I can see that for sure there is.
Yeah, actually, when I watched the scene back, I forgot that I was actually emotional in that scene. I was like watching it, I was like mortified, obviously, with the rest of the cast, and I just didn't like it. I just didn't want that to be her moment. I didn't. And when I was, in the scene, you'll see it play out. I say that you're just better and bigger than this, and I just don't want to be here. Like, I'm just going to leave, and I love you. And I was like, literally, there were tears in my eyes because I just want the best for her.
Right.
And I want her, I know what she's capable of as just, she's a great mom.
Yes.
And I see the vision for what she's trying to do with Kenya Moore Hair Care. And I was like, no, this is not it. This is not it. This is not it. So.
Well, we will see how it all plays out. Everything that goes down there. Are you in touch with Kenya? Has your relationship changed?
So we have how Cynthia feels. We've heard some of the ladies say how they were disappointed. What do y'all think specifically of Cynthia saying she's disappointed? There was a lot of conversation in the comments. Somebody said, I don't see why y'all mad at Cynthia. She didn't say anything wrong. She doesn't have to agree. And then someone else said, you don't have to agree with my actions, but don't go telling the world. Keep it between us. Somebody said back to them, I agree, but Kenya has never followed this with Cynthia. So then that person said, when have you heard Kenya speaking on Cynthia the way Cynthia speaks on her in public? This lady flip-flops all the time, especially towards Kenya. The person said when she sat there, made a fool of Cynthia on live TV about her wine business for one. And then just more back and forth. Some people say Cynthia was being a friend, holding them accountable, and they feel like she answered it classy. She was asked how she felt. Has she been in contact with Kenya? How she felt and all of that. Again, some people are like, if that's your friend, you don't say anything. What do y'all think? I think, somebody said, finally, common effing sense. Part of being a real friend is holding your friend accountable. No one is discounting what Kenya may have experienced with Brit or the POW and pistol comment. Kenya's grand opening should have been one of the best days of her life, seeing her dream come to fruition. Shaking my head, it's sad. It's sad AF. I agree to that. We saw the scene with her and Kelly and how the Kenya Moore Hair Care spot's absolutely beautiful, right? A reflection. I felt like I would see Kenya when I look at the studio, right? That's what it gave me. It was beautiful. And she was concerned about getting butts in the seats. I do feel like this, and I thought about it later after I did the recap, the concern that we see. I'm going to go back even further. I think that there were discussions not to bring Kenya back this season. I've had discussions with folks that may know a thing or two, be in the loop about Atlanta or with Bravo rather, and that was kind of like the word, like they were discussing whether or not they were going to bring her back. Remember, Kenya didn't get confirmation until even after Portia, right? Kenya did Carlos King's interview. Kenya herself even said they weren't happy with her doing the interview because she said some things to Bravo, brought about how they don't protect her, just different grievances that she had with the network. So Portia decides to come back. They bring Kenya back. Boom. Even though they may have possibly been on the fence. Like I said, and that's what I had heard, but also that's what I had thought before that. Like when they did the investigation and the investigation was taking a while after this, I was like, what's there to investigate? She did it or she didn't. You consider it RP or you don't. where she got it from, all that. But once we weren't hearing anything, I said they were preparing probably to maybe make her some sort of offer packet or to, you know. So I feel like Kenya's position may or may not have been on the line anyway. And I think Kenya felt like that. Again, she talked about her during the Carlos King interview, right? She gets the job. Boom. That's a huge source of income, right? Cool. I'm gonna invest my money into the salon. Also, this chick keeps coming at me. I need to do something. I need to pull a Kenya, if you will, and do something big that secures my job and keep the show being talked about, right? So I feel like Kenya may have felt a pressure to make sure this season was good because we've seen the things that people have said about Atlanta. They put it on pause for a reason, right? So now she's sitting in her salon with Kelly, and all of this is just coming out like, oh my God, I put all of this, almost $500,000 into this salon. This could be Brooklyn's college money. Butts are not even getting in the seats. Like, what have I done? Right. But I felt like she also felt pressure to keep her job. So when she had the opportunity, because Brit was coming, I do believe Brit had an issue with Kenya. She decided she was going to do something big. Now I know next week we'll see Brit apologize, and then or Sunday we'll see Brit apologize. But apparently Kenya still goes through with it, what have you. But I do think part of that was in the back of Kenya's mind, like, I need to keep my job. And I'm not saying it's right because I don't agree with what she did. I don't agree with Brit continuing to whatever. But I did also have a question, like if Kenya was a little bit fearful, which I felt like she was nervous. I won't say fearful, but I was nervous. I mean, I would be too. You not only with the pistol threats, but is this girl gonna try to fight for real over me calling her a peasant but me not hugging her and her feeling like I'm dismissing her? We out here, we're grown people. She may not have a pow, but is she gonna try to fight? Like, what does this get ready to become? Right. So I felt like she was nervous. So my question then, which I also meant to mention in the review, was if she was nervous, you would do that? Because that takes it up to another level too. Like if somebody's already been in an argument with you and then says, I have a pow, because people are saying she didn't directly threaten Kenya. It was indirect. It was an indirect threat. If I'm arguing with you and during the argument, I'm like, yeah, because I got my pow, you would be like, is that for me? You would immediately assume that was a threat to you, right? But anyway, I do wonder if Kenya was really feeling a certain way. She went to the network, didn't feel protected, then she does that. Did she not think that would even bring more to the situation? I don't know. So we'll see more on Sunday. But it's just a shame all around. But what do y'all think about Cynthia's answer? Do y'all think she should have just said, I don't even really want to talk about that. Kenya is my friend, and I would just rather not even go down the road again with all of this. Make sure you watch the episode on Sunday. Or do you think she should be allowed to speak on how she feels? Because I think she didn't dog Kenya in her statement, but y'all let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think she was right? Do y'all think she should have kept her mouth shut? Last thing, this is from Reality Blurb. That was from, but I just read to y'all was from the Neighborhood Talk, but it was from the Housewives Nightcap podcast. I believe it's on YouTube as well. This is from the Reality Blurb. Bronwyn Newport shares an update on husband Todd's health as RHO SLC star reveals he was previously diagnosed with lymphoma. Ugh, that's she said he was diagnosed years ago and he underwent many rounds of chemo and must be vigilant. And she shared how he's doing now. So basically, this is what happened. She shared this picture. Let me see if y'all can make it bigger. I'm going to show it to y'all, see if y'all can see it. All right. Move so I can zoom in. All right. So all these daggone pop-ups. My God. Hold on, y'all. I pushed it back. Hold on. I pushed my brunch back a little. Because my girlfriend was like, okay, so what time? I just put, can we push it back? Okay. Here is what she posted, and then she shared more. So she posted, picked me out a surprise and then tracked it and FaceTimed me to tell me it was outside the front door and to go open it. All while he is having his infusion treatment and working in NYC. I always want to be babying him during these, and yet he's out here being so thoughtful to me because I know I'll get questions. Oh, and that's her at the bottom. And that's him. Because I know I'll get questions. A few years back, T was diagnosed with lymphoma. He did many rounds of treatments, chemo, and special cell therapy, and is doing better, but will always have to be vigilant about reoccurrence. He now maintains his health through ongoing infusions as maintenance. Not as hard as chemo, was, but still a bummer for him to keep going through. So she shares that he was diagnosed with lymphoma a couple years ago, and now he has to do these infusions. So shout out to Todd. I hope that he continues to be in good health and that, these treatments do what they are supposed to do and help him. Y'all, we know they're filming for Salt Lake City. We know Bronwyn's back. We know they had a cash trip, but Lisa and Heather weren't there. And the word on the street was that Heather was holding out for, I believe, $1 million. What y'all think? Y'all think that she should be holding out? Hold on, y'all. My uncle's calling me, child, via let me text him real quick. Child. There we go. So do y'all think that Lisa deserves the $1 million a season? Or not even about deserve, but do y'all think she's letting the fame of the show get to her head? Or do y'all think she's just a woman fighting for what she thinks she's worth? Then I saw a rumor that they were filming. I seen this a couple weeks back around the same time this rumor was circulating that they were filming Lisa and her husband, John. So I don't know. I'm kind of glad that more things haven't leaked out about the season. I don't mind knowing, but also I feel like the leaks are becoming more and more, and also the sneak peeks. I felt like with Atlanta, I could watch every sneak peek and take my notes on the sneak peeks. And then when the episode came out, I would be already halfway through taking my notes. Or I seen this part. Oh, no. Yeah, I seen it on, the sneak peek or whatever. So I am kind of glad that nothing else is being leaked. But y'all let me know what y'all think. Again, shout out to Bronwyn and Todd. I hope he is doing well. I'm glad that Bronwyn is coming back. Are y'all glad that she's coming back? Because she was ascending during the season. Newbie, people was loving the newbie, and then she kind of did an arc and came back down, and people were like, get her off my show. I don't want to see her. I personally wanted to see her back, though, because I want to see more of her story unfold. So y'all let me know what y'all think about Bronwyn. And Todd, are you happy that Bronwyn is back? Do y'all think Lisa should keep fighting for that money? Let me know what y'all think about what Cynthia had to say, and if you thought she was out of pocket or if she was just answering a question that she asked. And let me know what y'all think about Lisa Vanderpump's interview. Would y'all want to see Lisa back with Kyle, without Kyle, or let's stop bringing these OGs back and get some fresh faces in? I love y'all so much. It's my birthday. It's my birthday, girl. One thing about me, I rarely know the words to songs. I might know a couple lines and that's it. Oh, and thank y'all for clearing it up. I said in my Atlanta recap that RL, who Shamia is working with, was from Ooh, This Is How We Roll, Blackstreet. He's from Next. And I should know that because real quick story, when I was single, I was out getting my dance on or what have you at a party, and song came on, and Corey, who's now my husband, came up and started dancing with me. So we were dancing, and the DJ said something like, if you sexy, raise your hands or whatever. And I was just dancing. He was like, why you ain't raise your hand? I was like, Then next song, Butter Love came on, and Corey sings. And when people say, oh, my so-and-so sings, he can definitely sing. I should post a video for y'all to see, but he sings. And not only does he sing, he plays. So like if somebody's like, hey, can you sing, what's the song, Jesse Powell for You, which he has at different weddings. He doesn't just go with a track. He learns how to play the song and then he sings the song. But anyway, so Butter Love came on by next and he was singing it to me in my ear. You got that butter love. We didn't start dating until for a little bit while after that. But still, so I should have known that it was next and not Blackstreet. I had my R&B groups mixed up, y'all. Forgive me. I swear I'll be knowing and be so wrong. But anyway, I love y'all. I'm about to get ready and go to brunch. Which one of y'all taking me to get a medi? See, that's what I get for trying to be fun. Which one of y'all taking me to get a mani-pedi? I'm joking. I'm talking big stuff, saying all this stuff. And then by tonight, I'll be like, I'm tired. Anyway, seriously, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for your comments. Thank y'all for y'all watches, y'all subscribing. I appreciate y'all. I'm never, ever going to stop saying that. I need y'all to know how much this community means, the community that we're fostering together. So love y'all so much. Talk to you later. See ya.